Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So today we have Senator Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts and Governor Mitt Romney from Massachusetts, also presumably a senator from the state of Utah. Let me turn the volume off. So we have Warren versus Romney. You know that the state of Massachusetts, both of their respective home states, are considered, they're probably going to be blue. I mean, the state of Massachusetts is pretty partisan. Actually, before we get started into this video, I wanted to announce that I have a Discord now. So essentially, if you have a Discord, I'm pretty sure you all know what that is. I'll put the link up on the screen now, and I'll probably put it at the end because most of you guys just skip to the end to see the final prediction. I mean, I would do it too, but so here's the Discord link. I'll put it in the description below because who wants to copy off like a YouTube video? But regardless, it'll be in the description. It'll probably be in the comment section pinned at the top. But yeah, so we're gonna go back to the prediction now. So I'll just recap at the end. So again, we have Senator Elizabeth Warren. So we'll start off with her home state and Mitt Romney's home state included. But Mitt Romney has a new home state now, so the state of Utah obviously would go to him. So first of all, the reason why I'm doing Mitt Romney is because this one was suggested, and I am going to start doing the some UK election predictions in the United States. And also, yes, I will be doing Hillary Clinton versus Ted Cruz in 2016 soon. But this video is pretty much done because I think Mitt Romney could be a possible 2020 contender. I mean, he's getting back in the United States Senate. With the unpopularity of the president right now, it is possible that Romney could be one of those primary opponents in 2020, but anything can happen. So I just wanted to take Elizabeth Warren, a possible frontrunner in the Democratic primary, who I think would lose to Donald Trump, and see how she would do against Mitt Romney. But obviously things can change, and obviously this won't be my final prediction before the 2020 election because things do change, and the map is going to change by probably next week. So starting off on the West Coast, obviously would go to Warren. I mean, this is a safe blue area. I don't see many swing states in this election. There were a lot of swing states back in 2016, and I feel like a number of these conservative states that were swing states like Georgia, Arizona, would no longer be swing states. So Mitt Romney starts off with a pretty much good amount of electoral votes, 191 safe electoral votes. And there are some states that I would consider leaning in his favor, but as of right now, these states would be safe red. So up in the Northeast, safe blue states, the ones that I'm filling in now, Vermont and the District of Columbia and Illinois. So these are pretty much all the safe blue states. Puts Warren at 182 electoral votes. Now, here are the ones that I want to start filling in. So I don't think that there will be a lot of swing states, so we're going to have to start filling in certain parts of the United States. So Iowa, that one's pretty much lost for the Democrats unless they run a very prominent scandal-free Democratic frontrunner. Elizabeth Warren is essentially would be perceived as someone like Hillary Clinton, but she has Bernie Sanders ideology, but it's not necessarily the she's not able to really get people out to vote the same way Bernie Sanders was or someone like Joe Biden would. And if she loses to Donald Trump, she would probably lose to Mitt Romney. Going over to Ohio, I don't think Warren can really extend African-American turnout. I mean, I think she'll do well with a progressive base, but it wasn't that prominent in the Democratic primary. Ooh, look, a new version of Java is available. That's interesting. But yeah, but the progressive population wasn't that high in the Democratic primary in Ohio. I mean, the Rust Belt, maybe. That's pushing it a little bit. But Ohio, definitely not. I mean, Hillary Clinton blew out Bernie Sanders in the state of Ohio. And Warren is no Hillary Clinton, and she's also no Bernie Sanders. So she's part of the Democratic Party that can't really grab Clinton voters, but also is struggling to keep the progressive voters, which is why I think that a state like Ohio, which already went red, would stay red. So now we have 215 electoral votes for Mitt Romney, 182 for Elizabeth Warren. Mitt Romney beat Barack Obama in the state of North Carolina. I really do not see a pathway for Warren to do better than Barack Obama, especially in a state like North Carolina, and especially since Mitt Romney would be perceived as a better Republican than Donald Trump considering his values. But, you know, Romney probably won't survive the primary just based off his religion and a couple other factors. I mean, going against an incumbent, but the Deep South will probably wipe his chances away because that's pretty much how it is. But yeah, so 230 electoral votes for Mitt Romney, 182 for Elizabeth Warren. Now, the state of Virginia, this is a Democratic state, but I'm giving this one to Mitt Romney. I feel like Mitt Romney would be strong enough to grab the state of Virginia because he almost did it in 2012, and Warren doesn't have the factor of the Tim Kaine factor. Now, I've been giving Virginia to almost every single Democrat because I do think it is a Democratic state, but Mitt Romney was one of those few Republicans who actually could flip it back after what happened in 2008. Although he didn't do it, he came extremely close. Now, you can argue that Virginia was a swing state. It's been a swing state for a long time, but we've seen the Democratic identity. I mean, Even with Barack Obama being reelected, 2013 happened, 2014 happened in the Senate race, still stayed Democrat. So state of Virginia overall is a Democratic state, but I don't think Warren would be able to grab onto those voters. Again, if you struggle with Clinton voters, you're not going to carry Virginia. Now, against Donald Trump, there may be that hatred towards Donald Trump that will just bring you over enough voters to carry you in the state of Virginia, but Mitt Romney's not one of those super hateable Republicans. In 2012, he was painted like someone like Donald Trump, and then when 2016 came around, no one reacted because they already had that, hey, this guy is bad, don't vote for him. They're going to hear it again, and they're going to say, oh, he wasn't that bad, and then they voted for him. So 243 electoral votes for Mitt Romney. Obviously, he wins this election. I'm going to give him the state of Florida right now, putting him at 272 electoral votes. Now, the reason why I gave him the state of Florida is because Mitt Romney did extremely well in Florida. He only lost it by 0.3%. Donald Trump carried it by over a percentage point, and I think Florida is, although even after the whole school shooting, the March for Our Lives, everything that would point towards a Democratic flip, again, Elizabeth Warren is not that candidate. She's not the one who can really appeal to these Florida voters. She can appeal maybe to the Northeast, which you may see a little bit different up in the Northeast, but down in the South, she's not doing so well. So we're going to go over to New Mexico. I think that one would stay Democratic. Colorado, that one is probably going to be a pure toss-up, so we'll come back to that one. But New Mexico, I still see going for Elizabeth Warren. Up in Minnesota, I would see Minnesota staying blue. Now, that would be very narrow, and it would be pretty hard for her to do so, but the state of Minnesota, I would still see going blue. Colorado, I also see going blue. The state of Colorado pretty much has a Democratic identity, and I don't see it flipping over Mitt Romney. But over in Nevada, I definitely do see a Mitt Romney victory. Latino voters are definitely prominent here, and they are becoming more Republican in the state of Nevada, and they are approving more of the president than they did before the election. So I'm going to give Nevada to Mitt Romney. In Michigan, we'll come back to that one. Wisconsin, I see going for Mitt Romney pretty easily. I mean, he didn't do it with Paul Ryan, but then again, Paul Ryan wasn't that popular, and this was against the incumbent African-American president who won by a landslide in 2008, a technical landslide. I mean, we're never going to see a 400-plus landslide in our lifetime, probably just based off how partisan the United States has gotten. But a landslide is something I consider 350-plus. So Barack Obama got a landslide in 2008 by my standard, and I think that's what he definitely held. He didn't need to hold on to that many voters. I mean, Barack Obama won the state of Wisconsin by double digits, and he won the state of Michigan by 17%, but Donald Trump carried it by 1%. So it was a gradual decline, but I still think that Mitt Romney would be able to keep that state with the GOP. Over in Pennsylvania, that's pretty tough. State of Pennsylvania we'll come back to. Up in New Hampshire, I think that Warren would carry it. I think she would definitely have a way to appeal to Northeastern voters better than Mitt Romney, especially since he moved out of the state of Massachusetts. Up in Maine, I pretty much see all of Maine going to Elizabeth Warren. Now, you may argue that Donald Trump was able to carry one electoral vote, but again, Mitt Romney is not that candidate who can appeal to rural voters up in Maine. He may be able to appeal to some Rust Belt workers or some people down in Florida, but again, he won't be able to extend that appeal up to the Northeast the same way Donald Trump was, because again, Donald Trump was that special type of candidate no one really thought would win. So 288 electoral votes for Mitt Romney, 214 for Elizabeth Warren. Now, I think Warren would be able to carry the state of Michigan, but I think Romney would carry Pennsylvania. Now, my reasoning behind this is I think Pennsylvania would hold on to the Republican identity because of the steel workers, and I don't think that Warren, again, could appeal to the white working class the way someone like Bernie Sanders could, Joe Biden could, and I think she would lose it worse than Hillary Clinton lost it. Now, over in Michigan, though, this state has a growing and increased hatred towards the president. I mean, he has the lowest approval rating here. He won the state by the least amount. So I'm giving the state of Michigan to Elizabeth Warren. I think she has a possibility of taking the state of Michigan, but she's lacking in other key Democratic states like Nevada, states like Virginia. But so I'm giving Michigan to Elizabeth Warren. This pretty much gives me the final electoral map of 230 electoral votes for Elizabeth Warren, 308 for Mitt Romney, essentially making him the winner. And again, if you skip to the end, you'll probably see this now. So this is the Discord link. So if you have a Discord, which essentially I'm pretty sure you all know what Discord is at this point, just put that link in and join the Let's Talk Elections Discord. I'll probably talk to a bunch of you guys because it's a lot easier than just going on like Google Hangouts or in the comment section, because I can actually have like a full-on conversation without having to wait for a YouTube comment or for someone to be online. So so if you have suggestions for my videos or if you want to ask me questions, you can join the Discord right there. It's pretty much fully set up, so just join it and have fun. So recapping on the video, 230 electoral votes for Elizabeth Warren, 308 for Mitt Romney. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you all tomorrow.